this new internship that we are all going to be learning together, or you're a brand new coach and you are super excited to start this business right, and you're in the right place at the right time. So again, I see a lot of people hopping on, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Amy and I are excited to bring this to you. So the first thing I just kind of wanted to talk about is, besides that you're all badasses right now, is the things that you should already have done as of this moment, right? So maybe you were just placed in this group today. So I just kind of want to catch you up really, really, really quick. And if you aren't caught up, that's not a big deal. I used to get overwhelmed by that stuff. I used to be like, oh my God, I like missed 2 posts. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Breathe. We're in this together. We're a team. Okay. We got this. Just scroll back down, watch Shane's video. She covers it thoroughly. Like, this is the easiest internship I've ever, like when Shane was going over the points in her video the other day, I'm like, guys, we totally got this. We just have to do our stuff, right? And that's what Amy's going to really break down some time management stuff to you. I'm really here just to support Amy, of course, to get you guys pumped up for this and really just tell you what you should have done at this point, and so on and so forth. I have so many things running through my head right now because I'm just super excited. So one thing you should have done right now, as Monica posted, have your why written down. There is just something to be said about taking a pen, sitting down, and writing that down. For instance, maybe your why is because you don't get to go on vacations that often. Like, you really, this business is going to be that extra money for you to do that for you and your family. Sit down and write how that's going to make you feel. Write how, when you see your little girl walking into Disney World, how is that gonna make you feel? You have to get that emotion going. It's so important. It really, really is. So get your why. Set your business hours. I may not, Shane can attest, I may not be the best at this, but I do get my work done. We all have different schedules, and that's also what's great. I'm back to work right now, so I know that I'm going to have to get on the nighttime power hours. When I wasn't working, I was getting on the morning power hours. You make this work for you. Maybe you just rock your business really early in the morning because your kids are nuts and they drive you crazy. Okay, so you just have to find what's going to work for you. So get your why, get your business hours set, and schedule your one-on-one calls with your upline. And pick which power hours you are going to be logging into, okay? Also, just to quickly reiterate, every single day, we are gonna ask that you post your tracker. I don't care if your tracker says zeros on it. Well, I do kind of, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just post that because it's for accountability. I'm still in this group. I'm still following what's going on. Okay, I might have only got 2 coach invites out today and 3 challenge group invites, but I showed up. I showed up the best I could today. And I showed up for me. I got my workout in. Are you doing a program? Are you posting about your nutrition? These are all things that we also have to be doing because it all goes together. Okay, I have notes written down, so I just don't want to miss anything. Calls are going to be Tuesday at 9. You're all here, so you all know. Let's think. What am I missing, Amy? I don't know. Did I miss anything as far as the group? That's it.
Yep. That's it. It's easy.
That's it. And look at you all. So I want to take a screenshot right now. Somebody take a picture, because everybody that is on this call right now, you better be on this call next Tuesday at 9. I love all your faces, old, and some of you I don't even know. So hello. I love this. So I'm excited that we're here. There goes Amy. All right, Amy, share what you wanted to share. And
Yay!
Go. Okay.
All right, guys, time management. Woo woo. Okay, so you gotta love Trisha's energy anyway. Thank you for opening us up. She's amazing. Okay, so I know most of you guys, which is awesome. So thank you so much for being here. For the newbies that might not know me, I'm actually an event planner. So I do this stuff all the time. Let me mute everything. Can you mute on your end, Trish? Did you log in? That's okay. We'll keep going. Hold on, let's see. I can't. Shane, can you mute on your end? Awesome. All right, thanks. So I'm an event planner, but I am home. So everything has changed since I'm telecommuting. So this is why it's even more important that we talk about how things flip upside down and how you just like manage things anyway, right? And move on. So the first piece of advice is really you guys need to just stay organized, because you want to, when you go sit down to work, wherever you're working, wherever you're doing your business activities, you want to be able to focus, okay? Not scrolling, not like figuring out what am I inviting to, who am I inviting to this opportunity. You want it all figured out. So be focused. So let me show you. I am so old school. I have a 3-ring binder. So that's how I roll. But you guys, I want you really to just come up with your own system of organization if you haven't already thought about it. Some people are using, you know, computer systems and stuff like Google Street, and that's all good. And nothing is better than the other. I just want you guys to have your own system and rock it, right? And it's something that's going to be totally tweaked along the way, right? You might start this way, you might, you know, tomorrow be doing something else, but try it for a while and try to stay organized. In my 3-ring binder, that's where I have all my trackers. I have notes, and I also tote around a cute little notepad. And this was when I was more on the go, which I'm more now staying at home. But this is still great if you guys like are, you know, if some of you might be working or doing your business activities at work, or maybe in the future on the ball fields like Candace. We talk about this all the time, how we have notepads when, like, I used to go to my daughter's ballet classes and have, you know, people in here that I was ready to invite and go. So anyway, have your own system of organization. And for me, when anyone says yes, or like, I'm interested, they get a nice bold highlight. Okay, so I can like easily, once I start having a million pieces of paper in this binder, I can easily find them, right? Because we're always talking about follow-ups and why that's so important. All right, I want you guys to kind of start your day, like I said, focused. So choose which works for you, either the night before or the day of. I want you to come up with your goals. Now, we all have these big goals, right? And we've shared hopefully our why with our uplines and like personally, you know, wrote it down. But take a minute and like each morning or night before, write out your goals, write out what you want to do for your challenge group invites, your coach invites, and your other business activities. So maybe like yesterday you were going to send out that email for Energize. Maybe you want to, you know, spend tomorrow grabbing Challenger transformations because you're going to do something cool with stories. Whatever that looks like, get yourself like organized and come up with a quick like to-do list. And for me, now that we're in this crazy quarantine and things kind of flipped upside down with my nice schedule that I had, now it's a little ridiculous with homeschooling and everything else. So I have actually made like a massive to-do list. It's something to think about. Like some people are list people, and that's for me. So I actually like write down everything that I'm planning to do. And that also includes nutrition. So again, I'm like over the top planner, but if it works for you, that's what I do too, because my nutrition has sucked during this quarantine as well. So it's just something to think about. Business hours. So let's just get into the nitty gritty. You guys have shared like when you think you want to work your business, and that is great. Make sure when you're coming up with your business hours that you don't count your vital activities. Now the vitals are your workout, maybe it's, you know, making your Energize and doing posts and stories. Maybe it's the nutrition and going live. Those don't count as business activities, okay? You kind of just have to like, that's a freebie. That is just something, that's just showing up. And the same thing with your challenge group. That's like showing up. So business activities are really the nitty gritty of inviting, connecting, engaging, right? So just keep that mindset when you're thinking like, I'm working my business in the morning, but you're doing your workout. Like that's how I personally do it, is all my vitals in the morning. I get them over with, okay? So just think about that when you're looking at your business activities. And also, you know, with your schedule, like everyone kind of does things differently. Like my schedule personally is, like I mentioned, the vital activities are in the morning, like my workouts. You know, I get the product out there by showing Energize and talking about it. And then I spend the rest of my day with just daily activities, showing my life. And then there's polls and whatever. But I am someone who works in Power Pockets. Now, most of you have probably heard of Power Pockets. Raise your hand if you have, like such a teacher. Okay, awesome. Yay, Power Pockets is my best friend. Not everyone can sit down and work their business for like 2 straight hours, right? So what that is Power Pockets are basically working your business in different times during the day. So I handle 2 different Power Pockets. I do an afternoon push and I do an evening push. Power Pockets are amazing, but again, I want you guys to think, what are you doing during that hour? I want you to be able to, when you sit down for your noontime Power Pocket, don't like sit down there and like be scrolling Facebook, you know, and like think you're working, because that was totally me yesterday. You want to like sit down and be focused. So that's when the setting your goals and your daily intentions is really important. Okay. And then really the last thing, guys, I just want to mention is share your goals, right? Communicate your daily activities to your significant other, your Success Club partner, your upline, because like, you know, things are shifting for you. You're obviously all of a sudden going to be spending more time at the, you know, kitchen table doing stuff, or you're going to be on your phone, and you want your hubby to understand that you are a CEO and you're hustling right now. And this is why you're hustling. Okay. So it's really important to share and have those conversations about like your why and why you are going to be spending more time doing it. And the more open you are about that, the easier it will be for you to have that time to walk away, or like say to the kids, mommy has to work right now, you know, I'll be back. So that kind of thing. So that's all. And once you get close to your goals too, when you start sharing that with everybody, like the magic happens. So that's all I got. What do you got, Trish? Anything more to add about?
Just to like talk about Power Pockets. So I still, even though I'm doing Power Pockets, I still like, I say, so in between patients, I'll say, okay, my next patient isn't for 15 minutes. I'm going to do follow-ups for 15 minutes. So I still try to organize my Power Pockets. So that's a good point to have. Like, oh shit, I just got my follow-ups done in 15 minutes at my work today. Check. Guys, there's something you're going to feel so good when you check off the boxes of your bat. You're like, oh, I just did that. I'm done. So tonight, when I come home and I have to help Maddie with her math because she's been crying about it, and I have to cook dinner for 3 different people because no one eats the same thing, all I have to do is sit down and maybe send out my 20 invites. Maybe, right? So I don't know, just maybe a tip is like, make your Power Pockets at least focus. Don't just still be like doing the scroll and everything. Get in that inbox, do some follow-ups, create some really good scripts for yourself. Elsa and I were doing that today. We were kind of just going back and forth, trying to create her some scripts that she can use for the week. You know, those are all really good things you could be doing. What else?
Does anyone else have tips that are working for them that they wanted to share?
Hey guys, so something that I try to be intentional to do each and every day is getting whatever I don't like to do, or what bothers me, or what I don't feel the most comfortable with, get it out of the way first. Make sure that you're setting that time to do it, because what's going to happen is you're going to procrastinate throughout the entire day. And then what happens is you don't end up doing it, or you run out of time, whatever the excuse you give yourself. So try and get that done early on. So for me, it's business invites. As long as I've been a coach, those are the one thing that like, I don't know, I just feel the most comfortable inviting to a challenge group. So I have to get myself, and part of the reason why I'm here too is to push myself to make sure that I do that first and foremost every day, to get it done, and to create more of a comfort level so that it just comes by second nature.
Yep. Absolutely. Shane actually gave me a challenge a couple weeks ago on our one-on-one call. And she said, before you work out, 2 coach invites. And I was like, okay. And I've been solid with doing it. So something to think about, because we're all going to work out, right?
That's what I do. That's what I was going to share. I reward myself in little ways. I know that I love to do my workout, and I know I'm going to do my workout. And so my workout is my reward for my invites. So I do those first. And I can't work out until they're done. So I know I really want to work out. So that's my reward.
And you guys, maybe for you, it's not the workout. Maybe the workout is the hard part that you're still working on. And that's totally okay. I want you to know that that's okay too. So maybe for you, it's to watch your favorite show. So before the evening, before you just close the laptop, get off your phone, did you send your invites? And one of the things that I want to share is, like, even when you're doing pockets and working your business through like little pockets, I want you to have your tracker with you, because you want to check off the different things. Did I invite for the business? Did I follow up on my 5 challengers? Did I check in my groups? So which one will take priority? Most of us know what our days are like. Do we have more time in the morning? Do we have more time like around lunchtime? So try to make sure that the most important things from that tracker get done during those times that you know that you have more availability.
And one other thing I just have to bring up, on Tuesdays on these calls, we're going to ask that you bring your trackers, because we want the numbers. We want to know how many invites you got out, where you are with Success Club, and all that good stuff. And you say, Trish, I only got like 2 invites out. Okay, why? Let's talk about it. Are you not feeling confident enough? Is there something maybe deeper that you need to talk yourself through? Because I know for me, sometimes that's my issue. If I'm eating really, really crappy, I get in my own head and I'm like, I don't feel like inviting. Like, I feel like I'm being a crappy coach right now. And then I'm like, no, you're not. You're still showing up for your team. You're doing your workout. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just, doing that self-evaluation kind of thing and seeing, okay, why didn't I send that invite out? What's my deal? Wait, what else?
Did we mention the trackers? The daily
Trackers? Yep.
trackers? Okay.
Could we really be done in 20 minutes? I don't think so.
That's so cool.
I don't think so.
Does anyone want to share a goal, like what they're going to do tomorrow, what they're going to wake up and kick butt on?
Did you guys see the good scripts for the business opportunity that Shane posted today?
Or
If
maybe
not,
any struggles, like, is there
go in
someone
there.
that needs that coach in the next 2 days, and maybe we can all brainstorm together and make it happen? So that, and I just want to say one thing. Are you 30 coaches on here? There's only 2 coaches missing that are in the group. Like, is that even real life right now?
The more people I saw logging on, I'm like, yay.
Here's my personal goal, is that in 7 weeks, I'm looking at a screen with 30 coaches. Congratulations. I'm glad you guys are here. I would hope you would be fueled by this. It would make you smile. You'd get off and feel a little bit better, and that's going to make you want to get on, right? So is there something anyone's anxious about, or like, let's just be real, and we're a family. So what is it? What do you need to make happen? Is it about a rank? Is it about getting to Emerald by Thursday so you stay with us? Is it a fear? Like, just unmute, because I'm going to guarantee you right now, more than one person is feeling the exact same way. And you coming forward is really just going to help them.
So I'm going to speak up, even though I'm terrified right now. Hi everybody, I'm Kayla, if I haven't met you yet. I am having a lot of trouble trying to get people to say yes. And I know that it takes consistency and everything. And I have been love bombing everybody and going out and saying like, hey, join me, join me, join me. I get a lot of either people that look at it and just don't respond whatsoever, or a lot of not right nows that I turn into, okay, I'll follow up with you. And just looking for some motivation, some ways to turn the script around, because I feel like I've been trying all the things and not hitting my spot.
Kayla, who's your upline?
Monica.
And tell me where you get stuck in the conversation. Where are you like, oh, like it's stopping, or I'm stuck right now? Is it the invite? Is it when they say, yes, I would love some information, or is it the closing?
It's the closing. So I have no problem saying hi to people. I have no problem telling everybody like, hey, I love this. I'm doing this. This is working for me. I want it to work for you too. Everything. I love everything about it. It's getting them to say, okay, I'm really excited to do this too. I want to join you, instead of,
Yep.
you know,
so
no.
One thing I think might be helpful for this group, and it's not like I'm trying to put stuff into this group, but I don't know. This is what I do with every one of my hubs, every one-on-one call, is look at conversation. So if you guys are open to that and you think it would be helpful, I feel like once a week there should be an objections post so we can learn from each other, if you guys are willing to share those, because it's the only way we're going to learn. So Kayla, what I would just recommend is that someone takes a look at your invitation process. Are there enough questions being asked? Usually what I have found in 8 years is that we're stopping a little soon before we got to a pain point, which is where it's almost on the verge of emotion. So it sounds kind of weird, guys, but you want to get people to a place where it's really uncomfortable. And usually it's so uncomfortable for us that we stop them, when really they're okay with going forward. But it's us that feels like, okay, well, this is everything I have, because it got uncomfortable. It's not that they don't want to get uncomfortable. We feel bad that we're making them get uncomfortable. Is that resonate with anybody?
Yeah.
So we stop real quick. We're like, well, listen, you got to see what I got. I got all this amazing stuff. You're going to get instant access and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you were right there. Like the magic almost happened, but we didn't ask the last question because it just got like, oh, this is so awkward. Like but it's not them, it's us. So a couple things, as I would say, is which invitation process are you using? Do you feel like you have one? Are you asking 5 to 8 questions? And if not, that's probably the issue, because at the closing, it's very hard to close if you can't remind them why they need you. So until you can say, Michelle, I totally understand what you're saying. In fact, 4 years ago, I felt the same way. But what I found was that if I didn't do something different, nothing in my life was going to change. And I really wanted change. So let me ask you a question. If you really want change, is there a way you can find the $140? Or Michelle, you shared with me 2 weeks ago that you needed to lose 50 pounds because your doctor was really concerned he'd have to put you on medication. And when you wake up in the morning, you don't even want to get out of bed. Has that changed? Do you still feel that way? Yeah, actually, Kayla, I do. So what's holding you back from trying something different? Would you trust me for 30 days to help you? And if I'm wrong, I will help you return it. Are you willing to do that? 3 very different scenarios, all with the same objection, and that's fear. Has nothing to do with you guys. Nothing. It's not you. It's all them. But if you can't pull that out of them, they're just going to keep that cycle. And we're not doing our job, which is ending this obesity crisis and helping people. They've got to feel you. And that's what I hope this internship brings you guys.
I'll share a personal goal. I need to increase my numbers for inviting. Like, I am just not getting the numbers out. And they say it's like 10 to 1 or whatever. So right now I am currently at SC4. I have not been SC4 mid-month in a very, very long time. Sadly, do I need to admit this? But it's because I wasn't getting the numbers. I'm not inviting enough. And I have to realize I have so much to offer. How can I benefit someone's life today? In so many different ways. So before you invite, this is something that we went over on our little chit chats. Like, before you do send that invite, put a feeling to it. Like, remember how you felt before you were part of something. When you're doing those coach invites, guys, because you're in here to be a leader, right? We're in here to build a business and recruit. I need to recruit. How has this changed my life? Why do I need to recruit today? Think about that. What if you didn't have all of these faces that you're looking at right now to help support you in your journey every single day? When I wake up and I log into my Instagram, I am instantly put in a good mood, and everybody needs that in their life right now, especially. Remember that every single time that you're inviting. I have chills right now. People need this in their life. Point blank. And I gotta do the numbers.
I'm just gonna say something, because some of you guys have been around the block a long time, and some of you guys may not be where you want to be, but you have some income coming in. And so you got to get real about a couple things. And if you're just not going to do it, if there's things you're just not going to do, it's time to delegate. So get real with yourself and say, okay, I make X amount a week. I'm going to take 15% and I'm going to invest it back into my business. And then you go hire someone to do the shit you're not going to do. There are people for $4 an hour that will work for Instagram. There are assistants that will send 15 invites talking just like you. But you guys also, as leaders, or maybe 12 diamonds, are making money. And maybe today is the day you decide, I'm going to take 15% of what I make a week, and I'm going to delegate the shit I stopped doing and I probably are going to be inconsistent with. That's what I had to do. There's things I'm real good at, and the things I'm not, I'm just going to freaking own it, and I'm going to pay someone to do it for me. So that's another higher level thing I want y'all to think about. There's people making money that don't really work this business that hard. Take that money, invest it back in.
So hopefully the takeaway tonight is you're all caught up and you guys all know what you need to do to show up the rest of the week, because starting tomorrow, we want to see your tracker. It's my favorite thing. 7 p.m. you will see one of us posting to remind you. So here, get your phone out. Trisha, post your tracker at 7 p.m.
Hey Siri, remind me to post my tracker at 9:30 p.m. every night.
I just have one
I'm
question.
here.
Yes.
Hi, Caitlin's here. I've been using this tracker, so it's the one with all the different hours on it throughout the day. And I really like this one, and I want to be able to use it tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Is this the tracker that we could technically be posting?
Yes.
Yes, this one here? Okay.
Do you track numbers on that
Whatever you guys
too?
want to use.
Yeah, but make sure you're tracking, like, it has numbers on it.
No, this one doesn't have the numbers on it. It just has
right.
like, the hours. And then what I'm doing is I'm just categorizing my day, you know, just trying to do it that way. And then I have the other sheets, you know, with the check marks on it too.
Oh, shoot. Caitlin should have led the call on time management. She got the hours on there.
So like Caitlin, it doesn't matter if it works
Yeah,
for
that's
you
good.
and you're moving your business and then you're like, I'm at SC4 and I signed 2 coaches. Like, I don't give a shit what it looks like. All I would say is this, guys, don't check boxes. Anything you use, make sure you have your numbers on it so that we're not asking you what your numbers. So don't just check, did you invite 5 people? Put that you did 4 people. Put that you did 7. And the only reason we do that is because then as an upline leader, helper, mentor, we can say, okay, So Colleen, you're struggling this month. You're not where you want to be. Well, let's look at this. It looks like your numbers are around here. That's what you're writing. And then there's a measurement. So that's the only thing I would say, guys, is it doesn't really matter, but we have to know the numbers. Is it 5 friend requests or 9 friend requests? Is it 4 invites or 1 invite? So just do that, because those numbers are they're gonna hurt. They're gonna hit your gut. They're gonna be like, what, I could have done more than 2. Like, really? I did 2? So use whatever you want. We put a few up, go in the lab, use whatever you want. I don't care. You should see what I use. I have a huge binder. It's just papers. So the whole point is to move your business. We're not judging that. We just want to see the numbers, that the numbers are high enough, because that's usually what's holding people back.
Okay.
And Shane, if you guys don't have a tracker, she did share them. So make sure you look. It's the I Can tracker. And then
and there's a tutorial in the lab on that. If you go into the lab and go under videos, I did a tutorial on how to use that tracker, just to clarify. Otherwise, use the corporate one. Just don't check the boxes. If it says invites, put I did 9 invites. I did 12 invites. Because otherwise we're going to be asking you. If you check the box, we're going to say, how many invites did you do? Because we need to know like where we're at.
Okay. I just have one other question, because I usually end up saying like the thank yous to the people who have watched my stories, people that, just started following me or just added me as a friend and stuff. And then I see them like liking my pictures, liking my stories a lot, but they'll, like what Kayla said, like they'll just leave me on read, and don't respond to it. So I know that they're still looking at my stuff, but I don't want to, bother them if they're not interested. But if they keep on watching my stuff, like I don't know what to do.
And it's marked unread, which means it doesn't look like they saw it.
No, it looks like, it says read, that they did see it.
Oh, okay. So
they just didn't respond.
You guys know the statistic that it's what, 80%, it takes like 80% of sales is after the 7th invite. So this is what I would just challenge you to do. Go count how many times you asked her. Is it 2, 3? And just be like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to be a bug, but I know my kids open my phone a lot. Did you get my last message? That's all. Did you get my last message? That happens. The other thing that happens all the time is people are at work and they open it 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they just forget about you because of life. So it's never about us really, guys. It's just they're like totally like brain dead. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. I had someone message me today like, how are you? I'm like, good. I'm so glad to hear from you. She goes, well, actually, I saw you message me like 3 months ago. I'm never on Facebook and I felt so bad. I never thought like, oh my God, she hates me. She didn't write me back. So yep, you just follow up like, I'm not trying to be a bug. I know sometimes my kids open my phone. Did you get my last message? So all I can say is everything is follow up. And that's why every time I do sign a coach, you guys will notice a working coach, I tell you how many times I had to invite them, and it's approximately 4 to 8 times before someone signs up with me, 4 to 8. So just go back, and if you're ever feeling like, oh my gosh, no one's responding, do you really have 8 ignores? Probably not. Maybe 2. Just ask them again. Hey, just want to make sure you got that last message. I just didn't want you to think I forgot about you. I know life's crazy. I hope you're okay. That's it.
Okay.
So Colleen, I'm reading what you wrote. That's amazing, because it is not easy to grow followers. So I would suggest, do you see what Colleen wrote, Shane? I would say, like, when do you feel comfortable throwing that invite out? Did they like something that you posted about your challenge group? You know what I mean? So I would gauge it that way. And how long have you been interacting with the people? If they've been loving on all my workout videos, I'm going to invite them to work out with me, So
I mean, that's really great. And I think that's important because it feels really good. And there's coaches that do that a few days a week and then they only invite certain days. Like there's coaches very successful that only invite 2 days a week because they do 30 or 40 a day. And all they do the rest of the day is the love. And so that might be more comfortable for you. That's fine. The question is how many invites go out a week? So you have to decide, is it a weekly goal? Is it a daily goal? At the end of the day, there has to be a certain amount per week, right? So Also, I think that's really important, but ask yourself, how long am I waiting for them to watch me? Is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks? At what point am I pulling the trigger? And as important as that is, because otherwise this won't work, don't wait too long, because I see that stopping coaches too. Like, well, you know, they've been watching me for 5 or 6 weeks. No, that's just way too long. And again, guys, if your invite feels good, you should never feel bad about it. Like, hey, listen, I have no idea if this is for you. I really appreciate your support. Like, you're watching my stories and I know how busy you are. A lot of people watch my stories just to support me, but usually it's because sometimes they don't want to reach out. Are you looking for something in this really hard time, especially with gyms closed, or are you in a good place with your fitness? Sometimes they need us to say it, guys. I don't know about you, but I mean, anybody on this call reach out to their coach and say, can you help me? I need you. I would love to know that. Did anybody say, I really need a fitness routine. I really need a side gig. I need to do something. Are you still, or did someone invite you? I mean, it's hard to reach out to someone and say that. Did anybody at all on this call do that? Because I didn't. I thought I was good.
I reached out to you, Shane.
Yes, you did. Kimberly did.
I did ask about your shakes, and I totally did not intend to buy a damn thing.
And I don't think it doesn't not happen. I don't think it doesn't. I think it does happen. But think about that, guys. 1 out of 30. No one else raised their hand. 1 out of 30 reached out to me.
I reached out to my upline.
Nice. And Marie, you know what? Maria Olivera reached out to me too, but I had invited her 94,000 times.
I'm sorry.
But she did reach out to me. She said, all right, what is this thing? So I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it only happens because of consistency. So I'm consistent, so I'm blessed that people still reach out to me because I'm so consistent, it's ridiculous. But everybody else, I had to like say, hi, remember me?
I'm sorry, Shane. Yes, I did reach out to you now that I remember.
Who said that?
Crystal, I did.
Crystal, you know what? All right, see how blessed I am? But it's probably my superpower, and my superpower is consistency. I've said that for 8 years. My superpower is consistency. Crystal, you're right. You did reach out to me, switch teams. Kimberly, same thing. Maria, but I went to high school with her. And then someone else said something. So I'm very blessed. Out of 30 people, 3 people reached out to me. But it's still far and few between, guys. So just know it's not the norm. It's just a blessing after they watch you over and over and over and over again.
And
Monica,
how many
you probably
of you
have people reach out to you, right?
How many of you have sent an invite and they're like, oh my God, I've been wanting to message you. I get that all the time. Like, oh, the last time I
Trish,
saw
you're a
you.
little scary. I would be like, I don't know. What is she gonna do to me? She's gonna make me do a TikTok.
You know what I have to stop doing too is like, everybody thinks they have to work out with me at 5
they
a.m.
think they
So
have
I
to
make
do
it clear.
what
I'm
you
like,
do.
you do not have to work out at 5 a.m. ever.
So keep that in mind, guys. It's important that people know they don't have to do what you do.
Exactly.
That's why I'm kind of glad I work out late. I don't want anyone to think, oh, I got to get up at 5 a.m. I'm like,
It's
no.
totally a
But I used
perception.
to. But it's important to say that. So Trish, that's great data. When you hear something like that, don't take it negative, guys. It just means that you're not being clear. And you need to educate and be like, oh my gosh, people think if they join me, they have to work out at 5 a.m. You know what's so funny? I used to work out at 6:30 p.m. So whenever you hear that, it's like ding, 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 content, content, content.
Mm-hmm. I post about that in my stories like once a week. Like, here's the thing, I'm getting a lot of questions about what I do, and here's the things I want you to know you don't have to do, because that's important for them to know too. So Colleen, girl, I feel you. So matter of fact, just now, Brian's like, oh, do you have another call? Yes, I do. I do. You can go up to bed. Like, you're going to get that here and there where people don't really support what you're doing. And, you know, You got to stand your ground. You got to just like, you have to want it so bad that what they say and think really doesn't matter. And don't get me wrong, what Brian thinks does matter. But you know what matters? Me making extra money and me building a business. That also matters. You know what I mean?
Colleen, did you guys read what Colleen just wrote? I think it's their limiting beliefs about network marketing. Also, my sister is a certified personal trainer and thinks like I'm less qualified. I have a question for you. And please unmute. Do you think she thinks that, or has she said that to you?
Her mic isn't working. That's why she was typing.
Oh, let her type
Yeah.
it. Because there's a big difference between perception and reality. And while she's typing that, I would also say, where is she working right now? And how is this not an absolute no-brainer gift to give your sister? But then I will also say that there is a mentality that's very difficult to break. And I don't push that hard because honestly, I'm not here to convince anybody. And they're not my people then. If they're going to judge me for creating a six-figure income in the fitness industry without any professional training.
And I feel you too, because I have friends that are personal trainers and they're always knocking MLMs, Herbalife, Beachbody. And you know what I do sometimes? Because I'm kind of a little bit spiteful sometimes, don't judge me. I'll like make a post about, do you know what a pyramid scheme is? Like, because somebody actually used that word the other day and I'm like, do you actually know? Because it's not. Oh, gets me going.
It's actually a good question for all of us. Do we all know what one is? Because they're illegal. Okay, they're illegal. And if you
There's
ever
a huge
get that,
buy-ins, right?
if you ever get that, always come back strong. We have a couple videos, some funny cartoon videos on it, but I have not gotten that in probably 2 years, but I have gotten it. And the first thing I do is say, what is a pyramid scheme to you? And I just want to be clear that those are illegal and I would never be involved in something illegal, and I take offense to that. So if you're not interested in my business, I totally understand, but I don't appreciate you basically lumping me into that. So I take offense to that because that's not what I do. This has changed my life and it's not illegal because I'd be in jail. So I just nip it, and usually they don't even know what it is. I'm like, can you tell me what you even think that is? What is a pyramid scheme? I'm going to tell you right now, they cannot answer your question. I've asked it 10 times. They can't answer it.
Agree.
I got that with a coach
I
advice.
used to be a certified trainer. I have seen. So, I've asked her if she wants to try my shakes or pre-workout, and she says she would rather try something from Canada because it's more strict. And Colleen used to be a certified person. Why do you like run out of your membership? Like when you have to get recertified and then you're not a personal trainer anymore? So listen, my sister doesn't drink my shakes either. She doesn't want to pay for them. But guess what she asks me for Christmas every year? I'm like, well, what do you want? She was like, nothing. Can you get me chocolate vegan? Okay. So it's just family. I don't know what it is. She doesn't like any of my posts, but she doesn't hate me. She's my sister. My brother doesn't like my shit either, but he's my brother. I call him 5 times a week. So I just think some of it is like, okay, watch me. Here's the other thing, this is not to be on anyone. Guys, they're watching you. Show them the money. Show them it works. You're only going to do that by rank advancing and making some goddamn money. So walk the walk. They will come. My husband needed to see that this was real. And there was nothing he could say when he saw my paychecks. It was like, just shut him down. Okay, I'm in. What is that about? Show him the money.
And for me, it wasn't necessarily the huge paychecks. It was the Success Club trip. Brian's like, oh shit. I mean, this is legit.
Kind of the same thing though. It's showing them the power in it. Success Club trip or income, and making them a believer so that they'll let you get on at 9 o'clock. They'll drink the goddamn Kool-Aid. They won't bitch at you. And when their friend asks, they're supportive. They're not saying, oh, I don't know what my wife's doing. They're saying, you know what? My wife looks amazing. She's really passionate about this. That's all we really want our spouse to do. I don't need you to go market for me, but just be there for me, have my back. And it's true with family. No one can say anything to me because I've made it. So guys, some of it is showing our other people in our life that this is real. And the only way we do that is by bringing in a paycheck, rank advancing, and building a team. And they're like, holy cow, so this just isn't this shake. So some of it is on us, but I don't look at that as a bad thing. I look at that as a motivator, Colleen. I would say let that motivate you. That's all. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Your sister, like me and my sister freaking nip each other all the time, but she still wants my vegan chocolate. And I'm like, fine, you can have it. Merry Christmas. But she'll never be a coach. You know what I mean? That's okay. I don't want her to, that's okay. It's my thing. It doesn't have to be everybody else's. But show her it's real, It's 9:48.
So what are we all gonna do? We're gonna.
I love that. Kimberly just said, "I'm so blessed. My husband is
continue
all
to make
in."
our list.
It's funny. It is nice when you see the spouse all in. Like, just to, and I don't want to leave anyone out, but like Tracy's on this call, brand new. Her husband wants to work this business with her. I mean, that guys, that's not normal. Is anyone else's husband like? I don't want to say like wants to work the business, but like totally freaking cool. Like Joe was not for probably I'd say 2 years when I really made money. He was fine. Like he wasn't going to tell me to stop, but he was a little, is anyone's husband like really awesome about it? Because it's probably rare. And that's a lot of stress on us guys. Like that's not easy. Elsa, how about you?
I would have to say that my husband is totally okay with it.
Well, because he just won.
Yeah.
You guys know that he won.
The product works for sure.
You guys all know that her husband won the quarterly. Tell them the story real quick.
Well, at the end of December, I wanted him to get his free t-shirts. I'm like, can you please fill out your form and just get your free t-shirt? Can you do this? And I think he filled it out like December 30th, maybe the 31st that morning, and finally pressed send. And he is now a Beachbody Challenge finalist. So we're supposed to go to Summit and do all those things. And it's been a lot of fun, but he is proof the product works. He looks amazing.
Just so you know, Shar, I got word that there's a virtual summit July 13th through the 15th, and there's going to be a whole day just for the Beachbody Challenge. So they're gonna probably YouTube it. They're gonna blow it up. So I literally heard that today, and I wanted to share that with you because it is a sucky thing that he got so far and then he can't be celebrated the way. But they are definitely working on how to celebrate that virtually and have like a full 3-day event for us and have it on YouTube. So he'll be celebrated. That's amazing. So
that's great. I mean, we're so excited. We feel like winners, even if he doesn't win the finalist. Like they've just been treating us really good.
Not for nothing. You got to check because you're his coach. So guys, when your coaches do the Beachbody Challenge, and if they get picked for any of them, you get a cut. So you want all your coaches enter the Beachbody Challenge. Just enter it. It's super easy to do. That should be one of the first things they do is take your before pictures because guys, you get a cut of the winnings.
Yeah. Because he as making it to the finalists, even if he doesn't win, he still gets a cash prize. So we both basically have won. It's like been, you know, everyone's like, oh, this year, you know, has been a bad year, but financially it's like, woo, for us. You know, we're like, yay. But no, he's really disappointed that he doesn't get to go on the trip. They were going to fly us there and put us up in a really nice hotel and give us some money for meals every day, and you know, but honestly, it's still an honor, and he's so excited. Now, we really don't know. There's supposed to be voting going on like the first week of June, so we're going to find all that out together.
Yeah, let us know, and we will all blow it up and get
Yes,
everybody to vote.
Because he, as much as he believes in the product, he works out. That's why I get up with him at 4 a.m., not because I want to, but because he starts work at 6 a.m. So to get the workout in and get there, we do it together. He helps me figure out containers and all that, all behind the scenes, but he is not really interested in social media. So I'm like, I don't know how you're going to get votes. You got like 5 followers, and like anytime.
That's where you come in and we come in, and he can just be word of mouth. As people say, dude, you look amazing. We've changed your life. You can say, talk to my wife. Right, yeah. Guys, that's all the husband has to do. Talk to my wife. And
he's one of my coaches. You know, I've got him signed up, but he really doesn't, you know, want to do all the social media stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or they have their own job. Like they're like,
right.
I'm so busy. Like, yeah, that's your thing. That's totally fine. Yeah. But that is a huge plus. And I think for the most part, husbands are like mediocre. They're like cool. They're all right. They're not great. You know, in general, right, guys? Would you say they're like, I give them like a 5 or a 6. I'm in the same boat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'll take it. I'll take a 5 or a 6. Just don't bitch at me. Let me do my thing. And anyone above that, you're blessed, and freaking own that. Like, bring that in. I think it's so cool to have a couples team. Like, I think that's like ideal. Like to have like a husband and wife. I think that's so fun. I think of the Jamie and his wife Fitzpatrick. There's, you know, Christina Delgado and her husband, and like how cool is that, really? I feel like that's just like the perfect world. So so Colleen, just be patient. I feel your pain. Just be patient. Meet her where she's at, and be proof, and just show her the way. So it's going to be walking the walk. That's all. Just don't take it personal. I feel you. My sister's not a personal trainer, but I when you were talking, I kind of felt you. Like it hits hard. How do you balance your coaching life with your friends and family who don't support you working this business? So I guess I would say, tell me about that. Like when they don't support it, why do you feel that way? Is it something that was said, or is it a feeling? Because I think it's 2 different things. And then I think what happens, so I'll let you type that, but what has happened, and I've been through this, is it can't be 100% of our life, right? Our coach hat's always on, but we have to mind our P's and Q's. So when I'm at an event with Joe's friends, they're my friends, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about insanity. Like, it's being reasonable. It's if someone asks, the door's open. Someone says, what do you do for a living? The door's open, but I'm not pushing it on anybody. So when you say you don't support you working this business, I just need a little more information. And my coaching hat is always on, but I wait for a crack in the door. When the crack opens, I walk through it. Someone asks me, I'm going to answer the question. I've invited them and they think it's too expensive. They think I only want to make money. They think they need to complete change. So, but okay, again, why do you think that they think you only want to make money? Have they said, Colleen, you're trying to make money off me? And then the other thing I would say is I need to look at your invitation process. Is there an area where you were holding back and they felt that way? Because guys, as bad as that feels, I don't know who I was talking to. So there was a newer coach I was just talking to, and there was a similar situation, and it hurt. And it was like someone came right at him and said, "You just want my money." And it hurt them. But I said, hold on, because let's look at this. Did you jump at them a little too hard? So now guess what? You'll never do that again. So guys, we have to fail to get better. So you're gonna have to fall on your face and be like, and then you have to own it and say, geez, I am so sorry you got that impression from me. Thank you for sharing that, because that's the only way I'm gonna grow and learn. And I did not mean it that way, but now that I read what I wrote to you, that's exactly what I would have thought. And I'm new at this, and I'm trying, and that's the last thing I would want. I just know that these products have changed my life, and I thought you might be interested. But I'm going to take what you said to heart, and I'm going to grow from that, and I appreciate you being really honest with me. Guys, we have got to own shit and be authentic and be okay with it and move on, because we are going to F up. And when we F up and fall, we can stop and say, I feel so stupid, or we can say, I'm going to be so much better today. I will never do that again. I totally grew from that. But you got to own it with that person and say, thank you for telling me. And that's why I'll say to people sometimes when they say no to me is, tell me what about it didn't feel like a good fit. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. Tell me what you didn't get from me that you needed. Why did you go to that other coach? I know you're working with another coach. Tell me what it was about me that didn't seem like a good fit. Because I know this is about personality and being a good fit. I have to be able to hear someone tell me, I don't like your vibe. You don't work for me. I am 20 years younger than you. You know what? I'm 20 years older than you. Shane, I honestly saw that you're a friggin' Trump supporter and I hate him. Like, I need to know why I don't work for you. And I'm going to respect that because I'm not for everybody. I have passed coaches off to other leaders to say, we're just not going to jive. It's okay. But if you can't grow from me, you got to go somewhere else. You guys, we have to be able to do that. So the skin's got to get thicker. That's all I got to say is just let your skin get thicker. Your whole life will change. PB and J.
Right, 10 o'clock. We
Yeah,
good?
10 o'clock. And just real quick, Colleen, you're putting so much good shit in here. The PB and J method, really quick, guys. If you don't know what that is, and we'll end with this, go into Wild Impact, search PB and J. It's an amazing invitation process. There's also a wake-up call on your podcast for National Wake Up Calls by Meg Kozlowski. Peanut butter and jelly method. It's a great way to invite that feels really comfortable. So make that one of the things like, hey, I want to do one really good creative thing to learn this week. Do the PB and J method. It's a great invite process. And thanks everyone for getting on.
Hey, Shane, can I just
Before we hang up, hold on one second. Make sure you're setting the reminders because we don't want this to be the kind of group like Shane mentioned in the call to where we're like tagging everybody. We are business owners and we're owning it, and we, all 28 of us, say I I want all of your faces here next week and the weeks to follow to post your trackers every day. Even if you're a little embarrassed to, post it. It is holding you accountable to even what you didn't do, right? Okay, so I promise to post mine if it's not good. All right. And breathe.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Night. Thanks, guys.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.